Awesome. The Board of Cosmetology meeting is convening at 10:05 a.m. on November the 6th, 2025. This meeting is being held in person and through MS Teams video conference and is being recorded. The recording will be posted to the internet for public viewing. I will now call roll. Tracy Promo here. Harold Fox. Chelsea Westcott.
Present.
Oh, thanks, Harold. Chelsea Westcott. Jamie Farron.
Present.
Beatrice Van.
Here.
Alicia Reed.
Here.
Sarah Schilling. Members, if you wish to speak, please state your last name for the record. Board members are asked not to use the chat feature during the meetings. The Health Licensing Office asks that individuals attending through MS Teams keep their phones muted and cameras off during the entire meeting or until they are given an opportunity to comment during the public and interested parties feedback period, if indicated on the agenda. Public comment is limited to matters listed on the meeting agenda or topics relevant to what the board has statutory authority to regulate. Public members wishing to speak, please sign in on the roster sheet available in the room or email Josh Page at josh.page@oha.oregon.gov and provide your first and last name. Everyone is asked to use appropriate language, manners, and protocols when conducting board business.
Excellent. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. This is Bob Boffel of the Health Licensing Office. Chair and board members, the first item on your agenda is to approve the agenda. So if we can get a motion and a second and a roll call.
I, Beatrice Van, motion the agenda.
To approve, was that Beatrice?
That was good.
Yes, it's Beatrice.
That was to approve the agenda.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we get a second?
This is Jamie Farron, my second.
Thank you. So I'll call roll. Tracy Promo. Aye. Harold Fox.
Aye.
Beatrice Van.
Aye.
Alicia Reed.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. This is Bob again. And the next time, can everybody mute their mic unless they're speaking, please? The next item on the agenda is approval of meeting dates. And we have 3 dates in 2026, Thursday, February 5 at 10 a.m., Thursday, June 11 at 10 a.m., and Thursday, October 1, 10 a.m. And then additional meetings if necessary. If everybody take a look at a calendar and if these dates work for you, you get a motion to approve and a second.
I, Beatrice Van, motion to approve the upcoming dates for the board meetings.
I, Alicia Reed, second that motion.
Great. I'll call roll. Tracy Promo. Aye. Harold Fox.
Aye.
Jamie Farron.
Aye.
Beatrice Van.
Aye.
Alicia Reed.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is choosing a 2026 chairperson. Tracy has served as chairperson for the boards all through 2025. And Tracy is in a second term, which expires October 16 of 2027. So she will be with us for all of 2026. We also have Sarah Schilling, who's in a first term, and that expires April 9 of 2028, and Sarah can reappoint. Chelsea Westcott is in a first term. That expires June 29 of 2026, and Chelsea can reappoint. Beatrice Van is in a first term. That expires January 25 of 2028 and can reappoint. Alicia Reed, excuse me, is in a first term and that expires August 29 of 26. And Alicia can reappoint. Jamie Farron is in a first term that expires 11/9 of 26 and Jamie can reappoint. Harold Folks is in a second term. It expires April 24 of 27 and Harold cannot reappoint. So that's the board standing right now. So any discussion or nominations would be in order? Or questions?
This is Beatrice Van. Can we reappoint Tracy if she's available? She's been doing so great.
Thank you, Boo. I'm not
This is-
opposed to doing it again. If anybody else wants to take the lead, I would be happy to let someone be in charge.
Hi, this is Harold Folks. I second that. Tracy's been doing a great job. Keep it up, Tracy.
Thank you.
So
Hi, Alicia Reed, third that motion. So
so it sounds like we had a first, second, and a third.
Yes.
I, Jamie Farron, agree as well.
Okay, and you know, if we don't go in order, Bob will get confused. So Chair, will you do a roll call, even though we've pretty much had one?
Absolutely. Tracy Promo, I. Harold Fox.
Quick question though, before we go forward, quick question. Tracy, if you're not available, can we have a person to get your backup? Can we have somebody else? Bob, can we do that?
I don't think by statute we have a vice chair, so in the event that Tracy's not available, we can elect somebody at the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Jamie Farron,
Aye.
Beatrice Van,
Hi.
and Alicia Reed.
I,
Thank you.
Excellent.
And thank you, everybody, for your vote of confidence. I appreciate that.
Congratulations, Tracy.
Thanks.
Okay, this is Bob. So if we're ready to move on, the next item on the agenda is some additional requirements that need to be determined for some applicants. And it was my understanding that Derek Foltz was going to share this information.
Yeah, hi everybody. This is Derek Foltz. I'm currently the qualification analyst at the Health Licensing Office. Before you, we have 3 individuals that have failed their field of practice exam for the 11th time. So we are just asking guidance from the board as to how we should move forward. So in regards to the first individual, applicant 166432, it looks like they have taken the exams in Spanish. They've been offered readers and interpreters, but have declined. And they also had a 1-hour study review with one of our employees who is a Spanish speaker. And it looks like after that review, they did have their highest score of a 67, but they're still about 8 points away from passing.
This is Tracy. You said they've declined interpreter for the actual test taking each time?
Yes. So they have taken it in Spanish. It looks like they've also taken it, looks like twice. But yeah, declined to have an interpreter or a reader.
Got it. Can I, this is Tracy again. When they did the study review, did they do it right before their test? So study review and test immediately?
Yes.
Okay. I'm prone to give them another study session.
Okay.
Does anyone else have an opinion on that?
No, this is Beatrice Van. I agree. I was thinking the same thing, that they did really good. They're so close with that review, that last review.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're ready, we can move on to the next one. Applicant 172456. Virtually the exact same situation, have taken the exams in Spanish, have been offered a reader and interpreter, but have declined. And then they had a 1 hour study review after their 10th failed attempt. So again, it looks like after their study review, they received their highest score. So I don't know if we want to go with same option, give them another study review.
This is Tracy. That's what I would suggest.
Okay.
This is Beatrice Van, I agree.
And
Jamie
this is
Farren, I agree.
Alicia. Yeah, this is Alicia. I agree as well. I'm curious why, though, someone would not want an interpreter.
Yeah, I don't have that question, and obviously we can't force them to have an interpreter, but it ultimately would be their decision. We can offer it to them again and see if the next time they want an interpreter.
And does it cost them anything? Is that anything that prohibits them from choosing that? No.
Not necessarily. Typically, what we do is we allow them to bring a person in of their choosing, just as long as that person is not licensed in the field of practice that they're taking the exam in.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Okay, if we're ready, we can move on to the last individual, applicant 119325. So again, same situation, except they are taking the hair exam. They have taken all of these exams in Spanish. They've also been offered readers and interpreters, but have declined, and had a 1 hour study review after their 10th failed attempt. And it's kind of same situation. It looks like after the study review, they have received their highest score. So
Yeah, they're so close. This is Tracy. Same suggestion.
Yes.
Okay,
Agree.
perfect.
Beatrice
Another
Van.
1 hour. And now I don't know if this is the appropriate time, but do we have a plan if they do not pass the next time?
This is Tracy. That's a great question, Derek. I think that's something I was thinking about. Even reading through these, I was like, at what point do we have another suggestion or have another requirement? So I think that's something that we each individually should be thinking about what we would like to see happen so that we can create a plan moving forward for someone so that it's not just a never ending, testing. But I know that I believe my impression is that we've all felt like just sending them back to school without kind of assigning what they're studying seems a little prohibitive financially, those sorts of things. So I think we do have a responsibility to sit and think about, what we'd like to see happen so that we can encourage these folks to pass on the 13th try if necessary.
Also, this is Alicia, and I'm wondering with the holidays coming up and our next meeting not till next year, if these folks have a study like today or whatever, as soon as possible and take the test and then they fail, do they have to wait for us to meet again in order to take it again? Or could we approve the next step, kind of like maybe what you're suggesting in advance so they can get on it a little quicker maybe?
I don't know the
I
answer
don't-
to that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a decision that we can make today. Bob or Sammy, I don't know if you want to jump in, but if not, it's something that we can definitely start working on and then bring some concept forward at the next meeting.
Go ahead, Tina.
This is Tina. The board can approve what to do next. If they come in and they say they got a 74 or 73 and they have to wait till February of next year, that's gonna really put them in a spot.
This is Alicia. I totally agree. That's why it might be nice to plan a couple steps in advance, if that is possible, just for their sake.
So this is Tracy. So do we want to say that for these 3 applicants that they have the ability to test 2 more times?
I would say, yeah, this is Alicia. 2 more times sounds good with the study group or the study hour beforehand.
Okay, so I guess the current game plan is we'll schedule a 1 hour study review with each individual and then allow them to test up to 2 more times. And then from there, we'll make another decision.
I believe that's what we're suggesting. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then we will work on arranging that.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.
Has her hand up.
Tammy?
Sammy? Did we lose her?
She typically has issues with her microphone and headset, and we're not hearing you, Sammy. So I don't know if you're muted or if you're having those issues again.
Sammy is having issues with her headset.
All right.
Trish, let her talk on yours.
So she can come in here, or Trish, can she borrow yours? And she jumped off. She might come in here.
Okay.
Trish, do you know if she's coming in?
She said she had it working again, but then she logged off. I do hear her kind of over there.
Ask her if she wants to say something on yours. Or come in here.
She said, all good. She's logging in again.
Chair, you want to move on until she comes back? And then we
Sure. Do we need to vote on these suggestions, or do we need to wait for Sammy if she's got something that would affect this?
She just walked in.
Hi, Sammy.
Nothing to say.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Tried to
Oh,
always
wait,
put
that-
that in 8 minutes.
Oh,
oh,
Or not.
oh, sorry.
okay. She had her hand up, but she didn't have anything to say. It was, oh,
Okay. So do we need to vote on these three applicants?
vote on these three?
On the agenda, vote.
Vote.
Follow the agenda, yeah.
Okay, yes, sorry.
Great. Does someone want to motion and second, please? Can I get someone to make a motion to approve these applicants?
Hi, this is Harold. I make a motion to approve the game plan for these three applicants.
Thank you.
Chair, if I may, this
Yes.
is Bob. Let me clarify it a little bit for the record. So for all three of them, the board has made the recommendation to afford a study review and a test for all three of the applicants. And for actually two more to the ability to test two more times.
Yes.
Okay, so if somebody can say, so approved, and then a second. Please.
Harold, can I get a so approved?
Approved, yes.
And can I get a second?
This is
I,
Jamie
Beatrice
Farren, I
Van,
second.
second the motion.
Great. So I'll take roll. Tracy Promo, aye. Harold Fulks,
Aye.
Jamie Farren,
Aye.
Beatrice Van,
Aye.
Alicia Reed.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, this is Bob Bothwell again, and the next item on the agenda are the director's reports. We will start with the licenses issued, and we are in the second quarter of fiscal year 2026. So in quarter one, we had 76 licenses issued, and in quarter two so far, we've issued 11. And that was for barber. Hair design, we've had 201 in quarter one and 52 in quarter two. Nail technology, we've issued 223 in quarter one of 2026 and 52 in quarter two of 2026. And for those of you who are following along online, we're on slide 24, moving on to slide 25. Natural hair care, we've issued 16 in quarter one of 2026 and 4 in quarter two. Estheticians, we've issued 219 in quarter one and 71 in quarter two. Independent contractors, 271 in quarter one, 84 in quarter two. Freelance authorizations, 87 in quarter one and 21 in quarter two. Facility licenses, we've issued 204 in quarter one, 58 in quarter two. Moving on to slide 30, licenses renewed. Paper, we've issued, or we renewed 30 that came in on paper, 199 online in quarter one, 30 paper, and 17 online in quarter two. Stop me anytime if anybody has any questions. Hair design, in quarter one, we've done 841 renewals by paper, 1489 online. Quarter two, 210 by paper, 156 online. Nail technology, 366 by paper, 1012 online in quarter one, and in quarter two, 107. It looks like by paper and 104 online. Natural hair care, paper. There were 7 and 4 online, and in quarter two so far, 1 by paper. Estheticians, 484 renewals by paper in quarter one, 1,213 online in quarter one, 131 so far by paper in quarter two, and 128 online. Independent contractors, we've had 205 by paper, 1,010 online, 89 by paper, and 206 online. And that was quarter one and then in quarter two. Freelance authorization, on slide 36, we've renewed 14 that came in on paper, 58 online, and in quarter two, 4 by paper, 9 online. Facilities, quarter one, 443 by paper, 771 online, and in quarter two, 102 by paper and 79 online. And licensed by age and gender. We have very, very good amount of those identifying as female, 18 to 74, with the vast female, those that identify as females, the vast majority. And that's between the ages of 18 and
Bob, this is Tracy. I've got a question. Are we done with quarter two?
no.
No?
The quarters, they begin for the state fiscal and annual years begin July 1 of any given year. And so quarter one is July, August, September, and then October, November, December.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right. Licensing trend, these are averages. If you want to hear them, if not, let me know. Barbering, an average of 2,697 and a half. That's through quarter two. Hair design, on average, 18,722 through quarter two. Nail technology, 12,705 through quarter two. We're on slide 41 right now. Moving on to slide 42. Natural hair care, average 244 and a half through quarter two. Estheticians, 15,377 on average through quarter two. Independent contractors, 7,099 and a half on average through quarter two. Freelance authorizations, 668 and a half through quarter two. Cosmetology facilities, 5,184 on average through quarter two. Any questions on all those stats? Oh, and Alicia, your hand's up. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Oh, that's okay. I do have a question. Back a few where it lists the age and gender of all the licenses and whatever. There's like that little category where there are a few people who are in their 90s. And suddenly I thought I would love to reach out to them and just interview them about their career over the years. Would it be an invasion of privacy, or would there be a way for me to find out who those people are so I could just, like, how long have you been licensed? How has it changed? I would just love to maybe chit chat with them a little.
Sure. So to prevent any unauthorized contact, I mean, some of the information is public record. So if you would send us a public record by email, and we'll move through the channels to make sure you get what we can give you.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you. Thank you for taking an interest. All right, moving on. Test results. Back down to slide 47 if you're following along. If you're following along, I'll let you absorb that. And if you have any questions, it usually is around barbering. And so I'll just go ahead and say that we have been in contact with the company that operates our test system, and the test system is antiquated. We are in the process of doing a statement of work for a new system. So the new system's coming along, but we have yet to be able to get in and review those questions and make any necessary adjustments for the barbering exam.
Thank you, Bob.
Any questions with regards to the pass fail, aesthetics, hair, nail, natural hair care, or laws and rules? He's got a sticky note for grammar. And that was slide 47. Any questions on the stats for testing?
I don't believe so.
Moving on to the fiscal report. Minimize that. So I can read the whole thing. All right. So at the beginning of the biennium, which was started July 1 of 2025 and will end June 30 of 2027. So in this fiscal year, 25 to 26, the board had a beginning cash balance of $600,234, revenues of $1,181,861.3, expenditures of $1,206,644 and a nickel, with net operations at a negative $104,003 and negative cash balance of $755,037. Keep in mind, we are just a few months into the fiscal year, so that can change, hopefully to the positive, but it can and will change, and it does just about daily. Any questions?
This is Tracy. Is there something in the net operations is there something that happens every other year that has it swing from negative to positive, negative to positive?
Gosh, that could be different things. And typically one of the big things is the DOJ expense. And I will tell you, just to be open, is they've increased, I think, 28% their fee.
Got it.
So, but you know, they're aware of it, they're aware, we're aware, and we work diligently. And you have Sammy as your analyst, and she reaches out just when she needs to. And we have new legislation coming, or that's going to be due July 1 of 2026 with the provisional license, which I know we've been in contact with DOJ on some of that to make sure we have all our ducks in a row when that rolls out.
Got it. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right. Next on the agenda is the regulatory report. And I do believe Krampus is here. There he is.
I am here. So, my name is Trampus, and Shuck, I'm the regulatory manager here at the Health Licensing Office, and I'm here to talk about the regulatory report. So, what you have is the standard 3 boxes. The first one is basically just an overview of the 3 bienniums that are still showing up on this report: the 2023 biennium, the 2025 biennium, and the current biennium that we're in is the 2027 biennium. And I'll say we're about, well, that started on July 1st, 2025. So we're July, August, September, October. So we're 4 months into that current biennium. And we got a little ways to go before that one's over. So you can see by this, the 2023 biennium, we received 230 complaints came in that biennium, and 40 are still in open status. I do know that a portion of them are actually just in the administrative phase of being closed, but that's what we have for that. Then we have the 2025 biennium, where we had a total of 328 complaints come in for that 2-year period, which is a little bit of an increase. You know, several years ago, the biennium that's not on here any longer, we had a big jump in the number of complaints because of COVID. We had a lot of COVID complaints. You can still see like 10 showing up on this report for that 2023 biennium. That we had a really big bump, and then we kind of had a drop, but we have kind of seen a steady increase. I ran the numbers by year, and we are kind of seeing a steady increase. So it's something we'll keep an eye on. We've had an increase overall at the office. We've had a big jump for some reason in 2025 of the number of cases that we've opened just overall for the office, and cosmetology is also showing that as well. So we have 62 that have already come in just for cosmetology in the last 4 months, and I have, you know, and we've always got more in the queue to open. So that's kind of a picture of the complaints and how that goes. The complaints by type, you can get an idea of the types of things people are complaining on. You know, you still have a few, like I said, kind of showing up from from COVID, but you can see that a lot of the complaints that we get, 322 out of the 620, so about half of them have been licensing concerns, and licensing concerns are any kind of licensing issue, really. That could be inactive, unlicensed. Most are unlicensed. Every once in a while, we get a complaint about somebody being inactive or a dormant independent contractor or something, but typically it's unlicensed. So we get a fair amount of unlicensed complaints, and we do have to look into them one way or another. And then safety and sanitation issues, about a quarter of them, 125, are a little under a quarter, but are safety and sanitation issues. And then the other big group is services provided. And that's just could be anything from saying they felt they got a bad haircut, to their dye wasn't the right color, to something even more, they actually got chemical burned, or they were burned, or they had some injury. So it's kind of a big category, but that is the services provided. Then complainants by type. So 62 were anonymous, 65 were flagged as the client, and the vast majority were flagged as other. So, I mean, this is a search kind of in the note field to see if we can ascertain this number. So I wouldn't put a huge number on that. Not more of them were clients, but that's, the vast majority seem to be from some other source besides the actual particular client. That is the 620. I wanted to also just talk about another big issue, another big regulatory focus with this board is also inspections. And that's never really on the regulatory report. So I ran some numbers. These aren't the biennium numbers. These are just per year. But so we're about, like I said, 10 months into this year. And so far, the inspection team has done 7,182 inspections. The previous year, how that stacks up against the previous year is in the whole year of 2024, we did 9,182. The year before that, we did 8,500, and the year before that, we did 8,900. So we do a lot of inspections too, and a lot of the work that happens with this board is the inspectors. We have 5 inspectors that are out in the field pretty much year round. Going around the entire state and doing a lot of work within the facilities. So that's something that's not reflected on this report, but I thought I would bring it up because it is a big portion of the work that gets done in regulatory. Does anybody have any questions about the regulatory report or regulatory in general, or how complaints or inspections work or anything like that?
Trampus, this is Bob.
Yep.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot by any means, but
Sure.
Talked recently, and you'd mentioned there was upwards of 400 or over 400 cases that came in.
That's right. Right now, we're currently for this year for the whole office, which a good portion of that cosmetology is a big piece of our office by numbers. We're at a pretty much. Other than, like I said, when COVID hit and we had a lot of just those COVID specific complaints coming in, I don't know that we've ever seen 400. And like I said, I've got in the pipeline, we probably got 430, close to 430 complaints already in the office, and we still have 2 months to go. So this is going to be a really high year for investigation complaints. A lot of the investigation complaints for cosmetology are handled through the inspection process, but still a good portion of them have to go to an investigator. So it's been a really busy year in regulatory, to say the least. So
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Trampus.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks. Okay. Chair, do you have your scripts for public interested parties feedback?
I do. At this time, the Board of Cosmetology will hear public and interested parties' feedback. Public comment is limited to matters listed on the meeting agenda or topics relevant to what the board has statutory authority to regulate. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes and will not be allowed if they are disruptive to the board's conduct of business. If you're called on to comment, HLO staff will request the public member to unmute themselves. The chairperson and HLO reserve the right to end a person's comment early and have HLO staff mute the public member if the comment does not pertain to matters listed on the meeting agenda or topics relevant to what this board has statutory authority to regulate. Are there any members of the public who wish to comment? If so, please raise your hand or use the MS Teams raise hand feature and wait to be acknowledged.
Come on up, Liz.
Liz?
Hi, hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. First off, thank you, Chair and members of the board for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I'll keep this brief. I am a little nervous. This is my first time offering a public comment, but this issue matters so deeply to our coastal community. So why I'm here is to share concern about the 50-mile limitation in House Bill 2380 and how it may unintentionally exclude rural communities like mine from benefiting from the new provisional apprenticeship pathway. So I've been in the beauty industry for 25 years. I'm also a 22-year Redken National Educator. I own Salon Ethos here in Newport, and we're the only employee-based salon in our region. When I opened 14 years ago, we had a cosmetology school here on the coast. In fact, I graduated from it, and all my team has. And my team and I taught there. We had a great relationship with the school. And we had a strong pipeline of new talent. And at our peak, we had 15 stylists and a wait list to join our advanced training program after beauty school. Unfortunately, the school closed, I think, about 8 years ago. And since then, with natural turnover and of course, COVID, hiring has nearly stopped. We now only have 4 stylists. If we lose even one more, it's really hard to see how we're going to continue serving our community. And our closest school is in Corvallis, which is about an hour drive and over the coastal range. Even though it's technically within the 50-mile, the commute is not really, it's not realistic for most students. Many who move inland for school, even with the best intentions, never return, and because coastal housing is limited and expensive as well. Others never enroll at all because they can't make the commute. So why House Bill 23 really matters, because this provisional certificate pathway is important for our community. It would allow people to learn and work where they live, keeping the talent rural, and we are in desperate need of that. Since the bill only allows provisional certificates, Corvallis falls within that distance, and it truly isn't accessible for us. So what I'm asking is, number one, understanding why the 50-mile limitation, and maybe reevaluating that, allowing flexibility or exemptions for rural communities that are facing this real access barrier. So it's not about replacing schools, it's about workforce access, and so businesses like mine can continue to hire. Apprentices keep future professionals in their communities, and about a 97% stay with their sponsoring employer for 5 years or more. That would be transformative for us. So I want to be part of the solution. Thank you for your time, and I hope that we can make this accessible for everyone in Oregon.
Thank you, Liz.
Did I get that in 3 minutes?
You're fine.
Okay,
yes.
Thanks so much.
Chrissy, do we have another?
We have a couple public members, but I don't know if we have any raised hands.
Okay, are there any other members from the public that would like to provide some comment to the board? Does not have to be on the last discussion. It could be anything that you would like the board to be aware of. You know.
Any other members of the public that would like to speak?
No hands.
Okay, not seeing any hands, Jared.
Great. Do we have any other topics that we need to cover?
No. Not unless
So we're
the board does, and any members of the board, this is Bob. I see Derek's hand up. Go ahead, Derek.
Hi, everybody. This is Derek again. I just wanted to bring to the board's attention that we are working on putting together a committee, a qualifications committee, to work on the provisions of 2380. So we will be determining sort of requirements that a provisional license holder needs to meet to move on to the next permanent licensing phase. We did send out notifications and interest forms. There was a typo on the initial outreach that went out, but we did send an update. But I just want to make it clear again that if anyone wants to serve, they can fill out an interest form, and there are there's actually 3 ways they can send it to us. One is just via postal mail. The address they can send it to will be listed on top of that interest form. And they can also email it to Haley, and her email address is haley@oha.oregon.gov. And they can also send it directly to me, and my email is derek.fultz@oha.oregon.gov. And just a reminder, that deadline for those applications is going to be the 28th of this month.
Thank you, Derek.
Okay.
Okay. If there are no other comments, we'll adjourn. The Board of Cosmetology meeting is adjourned at 10:51 a.m.
Excellent. Congratulations, Chair, and thank you, everybody, very much.
Thanks, everyone. Happy holidays.